opinion on, wait, how do you pronounce solipsism? Like, I know what it is. I actually had a discussion about this
what's
recently.
the question?
What is your opinion on solipsism? It's like where you only believe that like the self is the only, like yourself is the only thing that truly
exists in the world, and that it's only your opinion.
My whole opinion on like ideologies and like personal philosophies are just like it's personal for everyone, and there's no like philosophy that like you should follow. Like it's just
That's a weird
whatever works for every person individually.
I feel like that's
in my
like
opinion.
I feel like that particular ideology is like step one. Like I feel like that's a very basic thing to come to terms to.
Mm-hmm. I think that it like it works, and like I feel like solipsism is a concept that that works, but I think only when attributed to like your perspective on the world. Like I feel like your perspective on the world is the only thing that you can be like not that your that your existence is like the only like you yourself, and like you don't really know what the world is actually like because it's only like your frame of mind.
No, I agree with that.
But like your perspective is the only one that you truly ever see, because it's like it's completely, it's like impossible to remove yourself.
There's like a gap that you cannot bridge between like anybody else, just inherently.
Right, you can't. I mean, like no one can fully empathize with anyone because you never. I mean, like your experience is all informed.
The only thing you have at the end of the day is your experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I agree with that, but I feel like that like I said, I feel like that's drawing on the concept, not so much just the basic.
Philosophy, man. It's just like Gallatin. Advice for moving out of home. It happens whether you're prepared for it or not. It happens, and the only thing I feel like reconciles it is just everyone does it, basically, and that's for me what happened is I was just like, oh, everyone does it, so it's something I do, so it just happens.
It's more difficult if you're not going to college,
I don't know.
I would say, because when you're in college, like everyone around you is the same age and they're in the same circumstance, so everyone's kind of trying to like deal with it at the same time.
My advice would be, what's the question? Is it
just advice for moving out of home?
My advice would be to go home when you feel like going home.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to go back.
Because I feel like there's oftentimes a weakness associated with it in like a way that's like you're
it's so stupid.
And it's so dumb. I mean, like everyone gets homesick. It's like if you want to go home, and you should feel completely
everyone feels more comfortable in place. Well, not everyone, but like it's human nature to feel more comfortable in places you're familiar with and around people you're familiar with.
And when you're in an environment that's so new, especially if you're coming to New York or something like that, like there's so much newness about everything around you. You really need to sometimes like just take a step back.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I'm gonna skip a couple questions.
No, don't.
No, but it was like another thing about a career and then astrology, which we already talked about.
Oh, I love astrology.
So we're not gonna talk about astrology again because we already did that. Favorite subjects at college. Okay, so like, what's your favorite?
Like
I don't have a
class. What's your favorite class you've taken so far? Or like,
I like the surrealism class a lot.
That was a cool class. I really liked the professor. We took it together.
Ooh. I liked my FAME course.
FAME?
FAME was what they call FAME. It was an NCC course.
That's awesome.
That was really good. That was one of the best classes I've ever taken because again, I mean, like I think that FAME is like one of those like topics that like people dismiss as being really superficial, but it's like it says so much. It says so much about like whatever is the zeitgeist of our of our generation, and whatever it may be.
I feel like my favorite subject would be like the first class I took here in Gallatin, just because it was like so unlike anything I've ever learned or experienced before. So like it would be the reality one.
Oh yeah.
But in hindsight, like it wasn't the best class I took, but it was the one.
It was eye-opening.
Yeah.
I guess it was a good introduction. My favorite was a class I took last semester called. Why am I forgetting the name of it? Feminism politics. I don't know. Why am I forgetting? It's the most simple name, and let me go on my Google Docs. Woman in the Political. That's what it's called. Okay. Woman in the Political. Just looking at philosophy through a gender-specific lens. And the professor was just like really fantastic, and it was like a small class, and it was just really good. And I read I think I read Rousseau for the first time, and I actually really like Rousseau. Like reading Rousseau.
Read a lot of Rousseau.
I really like reading Rousseau. He was like was a cross-dresser and stuff. Pretty cool. Next question is in all caps. I want you to.
Guys, it's really important.
Yeah, whoa, it's a little too late for that. I want you in depth.
I want you
in depth.
I want you in depth.
I'm already so excited for this question.
Opinion on nepotism in modeling and fashion, because I love hearing you talk about it. I don't know, just like
define nepotism.
Fuck the fashion industry. Just like nepotism is rampant in every single industry, but like especially fashion industry because it's so about appearances and money and capitalism.
Yeah, I think it's bizarre that we care so much about who models are these days. I feel like it's like I mean like it's like bizarre that stories are about models and not necessarily like models aren't just wearing clothes anymore.
It's
like
weird
we care
that
about where they
these
come
rich
from.
girls
It's
even
really
want to be
weird.
models, because the models are these girls who come from, I mean, not always, but
They're
like all my
generally,
friends are models. They come from like, you know, these weird countries, or like not even weird countries all the time, surely, but like, you know, Denmark, the Netherlands, like
Right.
not weird countries, but like.
Really taking our time.
They're so obnoxious.
Next question.
Okay, any dirt on models? No, there's really nothing interesting.
They all do coke, but I'll cut that out.
They're human. I don't know. There's nothing that interesting.
A lot of them are stupid. Wait, that was mean.
They date guys from. A lot of them date guys who are much older than them.
There's a reason that
A lot of
there's
them
that
do drugs.
stereotype that all models are
A
dumb.
lot of them.
Trust me, there's a
Funny.
reason. I'm not gonna go into detail.
Stereotypes
Not gonna name names.
exist for a reason.
Oh no, I mean, okay, a little bit different.
But
But what I'm
okay, but think about all stereotypes like are rooted in truth, like way back, possibly like it's not true anymore, but like modeling, like that's not a thing.
But
that's
something
even been around
else,
for that long,
like
but,
it's not just the models that are dumb, it's the photographers, it's the designers probably.
Everyone.
Actually, maybe
Everyone.
not so much the designers.
No.
Because when you
Sometimes.
just rely, like, when you come from a family that's just like so wealthy, and you don't have to like use your brains ever, and you just rely on the money, you're never like using your mind.
You can't be too smart if you're a model, to be honest. Because
Yeah,
if,
just the whole
if you
fashion industry is
question
just
somebody
dumb.
or you like piss
Dumb
someone off
industry.
because you're being too blunt or open about it, like this is in my experience. But I mean, I just
Still,
wanted
it's
to
real.
prove to myself that I
That you
could. Yeah, and then like I can't, like just inherently.
But that's so stupid.
But like then you have to
Stupid.
realize that and you're like, okay, why would I want to do this anyway?
Yeah.
It's just me being stubborn and thinking like I can't deal with. I get angry when I'm ever like when
The long
when
con.
limits are set on me or like
Right.
yeah, I just can't deal with that. So I always like convince myself like it's the end of the world if I don't like break through that.
Con. They wouldn't sign me like. They'd be like, lose weight.
Here's,
And I'd be like, shit, if I lose weight, like I will be in a
They
grave.
wouldn't tell you to lose.
they would not
weight.
tell you.
They would tell me to lose
They
weight.
would not.
Yes, because they're horrible.
They wouldn't. They would just say to
Okay.
keep at the weight that you're at, which is also bad.
I would sue them. I would sue them for you. I would litigate the shit out of whatever
Thanks.
situation that was.
Thank you. So yeah, no dirt on models. They're just people. Favorite music to listen to?
I don't know. A lot of music.
The Smiths.
Yeah.
The cringe, but like honestly,
No, it's
They're good.
true.
I like the Smiths. I do.
I don't know. I like music that like makes you feel kind of nostalgic.
I like Zen. Oh yeah. I
but it's
really
like, but it's like
Zen.
for something that didn't happen.
I'll
Like-
listen to
like, I
anything
love-
that's honest.
Anything
Yeah.
honest.
That's my general like quality.
You're a
music.
music person. I'm not huge.
I mean, if you asked me what kind of music I listen to, I couldn't tell you. Like, I couldn't.
I listen to like the same thing over and over. I really like the Wonders album.
Check out my.
I love feeling. I love. Well, go ahead.
Check out my last FM.
Yeah,
I'll link
she's,
it down below.
I love hearing a song. My favorite feeling when I hear a song is like imagining myself far in the future and
Blood
like
Orange.
and thinking of like yeah.
I really like Blood Orange.
I fucking love Blood Orange.
Good.
Blood Orange, like Dev makes songs that make me feel this way.
Dev.
And that like I will hear a song and think about how like my parents will play a song and be like, oh my god, I loved this song when I was little. And like thinking about like them knowing all the lyrics still. I love hearing songs today and thinking about me in the future, like when I'm 60 years old and I have kids and like a song comes on the radio and I'm like, this is like I know this song and I
Yeah.
loved it and there's like a song that like
You just,
made me
like,
feel a lot of
silently
different
sneeze.
things.
No, it's yawned.
Oh, I'm tired. I don't know.
That was a very cute petite yawn.
I was trying to be
My
low-key
yawns
and subtle
are
about
my
it.
yawns are not elegant.
Wish list at the moment.
I don't have
to
a
be
wish list.
happy.
Have my self-esteem back.
To get a grip.
Yeah, be happy.
I
Just stay
stopped
sane.
thinking. I genuinely have recently. I've noticed like I
Material
stopped thinking about like clothes and stuff like that I want.
Yeah.
Like it's really weird.
I
Like
want
first
coffee.
first year of college, I was like very much like still into like looking for fashion and trying to like look good.
Mhm.
But I'm at the point where it's like I
You just
have
wear the same thing
Yeah, I
over
kind of
and
have what I think is all right, and I just
Yeah.
kind of
It's
do
your
that.
uniform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I don't really care
It's
that
like
much.
sometimes you
anymore.
see something and you're like, oh, it's so pretty, and then you're like, but that makes no sense. Like,
Yeah.
I could spend this money on coffee.
You were really on about coffee. This question.
Okay, it's just like coffee is so expensive. What your stance on fashion as a kid? I was really into fashion
What?
when I was like little. He had like a notebook where I like, and I thought like Saks Fifth Avenue was a designer.
I loved fashion because I think that like for like I loved fashion. I loved it because my school was such shit and like I had the worst dress code ever at my school and I never like obeyed it. Like looking back now, like I should have gotten detention all the time and they didn't give it to me because I feel like they just didn't know what to do with me. They're like, oh my god, what are you doing? You're literally wearing skinny ripped jeans to school. This is not appropriate. Like we would like have to wear like a coat and tie. And I think that I really liked it because it was a form of rebellion for me. Like it taught me to like that like I could shape how people saw me based on how I dressed, and I really found comfort in that, like entertainment.
Yeah, I kind of did the same thing, but I like fucked up about it because I just had an emo phase. And it's like, yeah, I'm like rebelling, but you're just buying trash from like Hot Topic.
The shit I wore was absurd. It was so ugly.
Really fashionable as a kid just because my mom would dress me pretty well.
I had nicer clothes as a kid than
me
I
too.
do now.
I had a Dalmatian
I wore
coat.
like pure
It's the
Burberry.
sickest thing.
Literally, that's it. Like my parents like spent the most ridiculous money on kids' clothes.
My parents didn't know shit about fashion. When I was little, I don't know why I liked fashion when I was in like elementary school. I have no idea. Then I went through a theater phase, and then in high school I liked fashion again. But it was because it was like nobody in Texas or like at my high school really like knew shit about fashion, so it was like my thing. And then you move here and everyone's like fashion, and like you like are exposed to the industry to some degree. I don't know. Like I've been to fashion shows and shit like that, and it's just like gross.
Yeah.
And like the people are gross, and it's like all about nepotism, and I'm just not into that. It's all about money, and I'm just like, no fashion, not anymore. Where would you want to be if you weren't studying at NYU?
I don't know if I would want to be anywhere.
I have no idea.
I don't think I would go to a different college, to be honest.
I couldn't even like imagine going anywhere else, even though we're all like, we hate New York.
But Gallatin is such a distinct program that I can't imagine like settling for anything else. I don't even know if I would go to college.
The thing about like how like we'd have classes all the time and it'd be like econ.
Yeah, no,
like,
that sucks.
Like calculus.
I would never be able to do that. And I just like, if I wasn't going to the school that I felt was like the best fit for me, I'm not gonna throw out like hundreds of thousands of dollars for something that's like subpar. That's not right for me.
Yeah, and so it's like we take social construction of reality. Like, it's fantastic. Favorite memory in New York?
I don't know.
I actually do know, and it was like really just the most like mundane moment. It was last year, I think it was like the end of April. I was with my roommate from last year and like one of her friends, and they were both in CAS, and they had like this CAS like not like prom but like thing, and we like she like invited me, and so like, I went with her, and then after we like walked the Brooklyn Bridge, and it was like the first time I'd ever walked the Brooklyn Bridge, and we were walking back towards Manhattan, and like the Manhattan skyline was in front of us, and it was dark. The weather was like just changing, and it was just getting a bit warmer, but it was still brisk, and it was just like crazy, like just seeing all the lights in front of you, and it's like the financial district right there, so it's all like the tall buildings, the lights are still on, and it's just like, that's New York. It's like all of the opportunity in the world is just like at your fingertips.
Yeah, my favorite memory is like when I moved in here this summer. And I remember it was like one day, or maybe this is probably my favorite memory, but this is the one that comes to mind, is I was getting ready for work. It was like my first week of work, and I got up early, like had a coffee, went out on my fire escape and smoked a cigarette, came back inside, like got dressed for work, looked really fucking cute, was like so excited about my day, went to Cafe Minerva, which is now closed, which is on West 4th Street, like literally not even a block away, and sat there and had like a breakfast by myself, and I was like, I
love that.
okay. Like I feel really okay and good, and I feel happy, and it's like I'm alone right now, but I don't feel insecure about my being alone. I like eating alone, and like that was like the first time that not the first time that I'd had like a meal alone and felt like completely secure, but I was like, this is gonna be a good day. Like I decided in my mind, I was like, this is gonna be a good day. I went to work, it was like not a great day at work, but I was like, I went home and I was like,
it's all about your mindset, not even your circumstances.
Yeah.
Which is just the craziest thing. Like, you totally have control over your psyche, and that's just crazy. But it's like hard to latch onto it. I don't know. Okay, the last question is just, greatest model of this generation?
None of them.
What the worst question then?
None of them. What makes a model great? Nothing. Nothing makes a model great. Not even what she looks like. Not even what she says. It doesn't. It's totally arbitrary. That's an arbitrary question. You should feel bad for asking it.
Who cares about modeling, really? If you really care that much about modeling, you're not a model. I get why you care about modeling if you're a model because it's a career, but like if you're not a model and you care that much about modeling, why?
What kind of career ends? What kind of career has a fucking like lifespan? Yeah, what kind of career dies once you're in it for like 4 years?
Everyone who works that deeply in the modeling industry knows it's all a game and it's all just a con.
Yeah, and nothing makes you great.
Directors, they're like,
nothing makes you great.
That's all the questions, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for
fantastic. This was awful.
What a great
We're time. So fascinating.
Well, thank you for tuning in. Subscribe and like. And hit that fucking like button.
Sponsor us.
Check the description box
below. Make sure you check out the app Best Fiends. We got sponsored by Best Fiends today. Is that like that? You guys don't know that?
No.
Oh, it's a really funny YouTube meme I just said. Whatever.
I respect what you're doing.
Follow the official.
It's fine.